to the first edition of NICE Public Safety Unplugged. My name is Patrick Boats with NICE, and I'll be your host today. Particularly in these times like these, it's really important to recognize the first responders working behind the scenes, our 911 professionals. Whether they're behind the headset, in the management seat, or putting technology to work, they're all critical to the mission of 911. And today I'm here to introduce you to a NICE program that does exactly that, the PSAPs Finest Awards. This year, we're celebrating the 16th year of the awards. The awards presented each year in the following categories. We have the Lifetime Achievement Award, Communication Center Director of the Year, Line Supervisor of the Year, Technician of the Year, Trainer of the Year, Telecommunicator of the Year, Innovator of the Year, and ultimately the PSAP of the Year. For 2021, NICE is also adding a new Above and Beyond award to acknowledge the exemplary contributions of frontline emergency communications professionals during these particularly challenging times we're facing. Since its inception in 2006, the PSAPs Finest Award program has recognized hundreds of individuals who have dedicated their lives to serving others through public safety communications. The program is open to all PSAPs, whether or not you're customers of NICE, and an independent judging panel reviews and judges each nomination based on the individual's or team's specific contributions to their agency and the broader community. And now it's my pleasure to introduce you to each of the 2020 winners who will tell you a bit more about their proudest accomplishments. First, I'd like to introduce you to our 2020 PSAP Finest Director of the Year, Jackie Yeager. They say that working in 911 is not so much a job as a passion. This is especially true for Jackie, who is the Emergency Communications Division Manager for the St. Petersburg Police Department. Nominated by her colleague, Amber Plamatas, Jackie has a passion for 911 that goes far beyond the four walls of her own center. In addition to 2 decades with the St. Petersburg Police Department, she has also held positions of President, Past President, and Secretary of the Florida APCO.
I was totally shocked when I was awarded this honor. It was out of the blue. I really didn't even know my team had nominated me, so it was really exciting. 2020 probably was the hardest year of my entire career, mainly because we just had so many things changing and so many things happening. And I was so worried about my team and sort of second guessing all of my decisions, basing them on their safety. And for them to stand up and say, I really did a good job, has meant the world to me. So I so appreciate that. I want to thank my team. They are the best. They always make me look good. I appreciate them. They are so dedicated. You will never find a more dedicated group than this group. They are amazing people. I also want to thank my family because they have sacrificed quite a bit in my 23-year career, and they have always been by me. My husband Josh and my 3 sons, Jake, Nick, and Seth, they really have sacrificed a lot for this career, but they feel like it was definitely worth it. So basically, this has been a great honor. I thank NICE and my team, and this has just been amazing. So thank you very much.
Next up is our Trainer of the Year. There are few environments where training is more critical than 911. 911 trainers like Brian Garms, the year's recipient of PSAP's Finest Trainer of the Year Award and Training Quality Assurance Officer for the St. Charles County Emergency Communications Center, need to be on top of their game in terms of keeping up with increasing complexities of 911 call handling and evolving technology, standards, policies, and procedures. Jeff Smith, director of the Emergency Communications Center, says Garms is a rising star in the field of public safety communications, and also says that his work has brought about true transformation in their center. Congratulations.
So I'm Brian Garms. I come from St. Charles County Emergency Communications in O'Fallon, Missouri. We have in our area 10 fire departments and 1 county ambulance district, along with 1 police department that we dispatch for. We serve about 350 to 400,000 people, and we do police, fire, and EMS dispatching. And currently we are ACE accredited in medical, and we just became CLIA accredited last year. As far as our agency goes, we have about 30 to 40 dispatch staff and about 10 administrative staff. I've been in the field for 10 years, and I've worked here for, I guess, 7 now. And I started as a dispatcher, like just about everybody else, and now I work solely in a training and quality assurance role. As far as proudest accomplishment goes, I would have to say I was fortunate to be involved in an ice rescue back in 2014 that ultimately involved 3 kids that fell into a frozen lake, and ultimately all of them survived. It was unique in a sense because they had searched for one of the kids underwater for 45 minutes, and he still survived. They actually ended up making a movie about the incident, and we got to meet all the family involved, and it's pretty cool for me because it was the first time I'd ever met anyone that I'd actually had a call about, and so it's a pretty memorable experience for me. In terms of how it feels to win this award, I'm very humbled, and I'm a little terrified, if I were being completely honest. I feel like I share this award with the CTOs that work here. They really do a lot of the work, and as far as the actual training of the dispatchers, I can instruct and create training programs and systems all I want, but truthfully, the success in training kind of really comes from the CTOs, and so it feels great to share that with them. And I'm a little terrified because I'm not someone that's used to being in any kind of spotlight, and so it makes me a little uncomfortable. But I'm very humbled. I'm very honored. And so it's still a little surprise for me to be accepting this, but I'm very happy to. And then in terms of people I'd like to thank, obviously, like I mentioned a minute ago, I'd like to thank the CTOs that work here that do a lot of the floor training. I'd like to thank, our success in training in our program really isn't anywhere without them. So they really deserve a lot of credit for what we do. Obviously, I want to thank my leadership. They allow me to try things and to make programs, and to, they support me when sometimes things don't always go right. And so obviously I owe a lot of thanks to them. And so, that's pretty much it. I mean, for me, I'm just trying to, make our customer happy, if you will, provide a good service to the dispatchers, provide a good service to the citizens and the folks that we answer to. And so, it's really a great thing for me personally, but again, I really share it with everybody else. So that's about all I have on that.
While the debate continues to play out whether to officially give telecommunicators the recognition they deserve as first responders, telecommunicators from coast to coast and around the world continue to do vital, life-saving work every day. This year's PSAP Finest Telecommunicator of the Year, Jeanette Hobson, a senior emergency communications dispatcher with the City of Portland Bureau of Emergency Communications, has seen her share of high-intensity incidents. But she is also revered by her colleagues and supervisor for her talent, tenacity, and positive can-do attitude. Congratulations, Jeanette.
Hi. My name's Jeanette Hobson, and I'm a dispatcher with Multnomah County, City of Portland. I ended up in the dispatch field. I came from 28 years of newspaper advertising. And when I realized that newspaper advertising was going the way of the dinosaur, I took a look at what else I could do, with my only skills really being that I keyboarded rapidly and could talk to people on the phone and type while they were talking, and ended up at 911. I'm not one of the people in the interviews that said, I really want to make a difference. I liked the idea that it was a 4-day work week and that I could choose my hours. And it really worked with somebody that has the attention span of a 3-month-old baby. So that was how I ended up at 911. Multnomah County is a large PSAP. We have approximately 110 employees, and we service a multi-jurisdictional area of the city of Portland and a few surrounding suburbs. Perhaps my proudest accomplishment at BOIC, when I started at BOIC, I had no union experience, had never been a union member. And I got involved in the union and realized that in the public safety industry, having a well-organized, powerful union behind you is extremely important. It's not like we work at Starbucks and if we make a mistake, somebody gets soy instead of skim milk. We've got a high liability factor at this job. And so a small group of us took a look at the union that we had representing us at the time and decided that we really needed a stronger force behind us than what we had. And so we started down a year-long journey to switch to the Portland Police Association, which is the union that represents City of Portland Police. And after kind of an arduous struggle to get our PSAP moved to that union, we were successful in joining the Portland Police Association union, and it's been extremely rewarding. And going through the bargaining process with them this last year worked out very well for our work group. And as corny as it sounds, switching unions and knowing that I'm probably going to retire in about a year, and knowing that I left was helpful with the group of people that I worked with, we helped leave our facility in better hands than it was when we got there, which is really important to me. As far as what this award means to me, anyone in this industry knows that the kudos for what we do are few and far between. Our clientele is, for the most part, upset, hysterical, angry when they call us. You don't get a lot of positive feedback from them. The police appreciate somebody who's a good, accurate dispatcher. But again, it's just expected that that is the level of service that you're going to provide. So when somebody does acknowledge that you've done a good job, it really does mean a lot. And especially coming up on retirement, it meant even more. My police coach, as I was going through police dispatch training, once said, "They don't pay me to tell them what you're doing right." So knowing that somehow I bungled my way into making Telecommunicator of the Year is very satisfying. As far as thanking people for this award, I'd like to thank Chelsea LaBar, the supervisor that nominated me. I work with a truly great group of dispatchers and officers and fire personnel, all of whom make this career as wonderful as it is and as great a fit as it's been for me. But most of all, I think I'd like to thank my mother, who, after almost 15 years in this career, has been there with me since day one and should almost be a dispatcher herself. I remember calling her every night when I went through training, and she would listen to the good, the bad, and the ugly of that day, and how I was doing and how I didn't think I was going to make it through, and has been with me every step of the way since. When you get into this career, you don't realize how important friends and family are to be able to maintain your mental health in this job. And I've just been very grateful to have a support group around me, and I'd like to acknowledge them.
The term 911 center brings to mind visions of 911 call takers and telecommunicators on the other end of the line. And while frontline individuals are indeed critical to the life-saving work of 911, so too are those who work behind the scenes. The technology that are utilized daily, day in and day out, by people handling calls are the wheels that keep 911 running. In that spirit, we are pleased to recognize this year's PSAPs Finest Technician of the Year, Kevin Sowell, E911 Coordinator for Santa Rosa County Public Safety in Florida. Kevin has been the 911 coordinator for Santa Rosa County Emergency Management for 7 years, and during this time as a 911 coordinator, he has led significant technology efforts to enhance the operational capabilities for his PSAPs, including the coordination and support of many cooperative technology partnerships with neighboring counties. Congratulations, Kevin, on this prestigious award. You deserve it.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me. My name's Kevin Sowell. I'm the 911 coordinator for Santa Rosa County in Florida, and I've been employed since 1992 with the Board of County Commissioners. And Santa Rosa County is a very beautiful place just east of Pensacola, Sugar White Beaches to the south, and a lot of produce grown to our north and oil production. So we're very rural on the north end and beautiful beaches on the south end. I grew up in Milton, Florida, and my dad was a longtime funeral director owner, and I was set to be my career in the funeral business, but that didn't work out. But what my dad did teach me was how to care for people. And I come into the 911 business sort of by accident, Valentine's Day of 1992. So I'll have 29 years coming up this February. But I enjoy the 911 field because people call 911 at their worst moments. And so I was able to grow from a single seat PSAP to a 7-seat PSAP now. And Santa Rosa County is very, very grown county, meaning people are coming to this county, low tax rates. So we have grown in a hurry. We're a population just shy of 200,000 now, but all that has ramped up in the last 5 or 10 years. But I thank everybody for this award. And, there's a few people I do want to thank. Of course, NICE is one of them. This is an excellent award. I've seen it for years, but I was very shocked that I won it. But then I found Mr. Bob Murphy with Datamark submitted me for this award, and I want to thank him very much. And thank my county staff, my Board of County Commissioners, my county administrator, and public safety administrator for the support through the years that I've received. And, of course, thank my family and my neighboring counties. This award sort of come about. 12 counties in the Panhandle of Florida put in for a Next Generation 911 grant. And I sort of headed that up, and we're very proud the state is voting on it in a month. So it looks good. We're going to get this federal grant. And this brings us to Next Generation 911 capable, not only my county, but rural counties. After Hurricane Michael, we took a big blow from Michael. So this is going to allow us to help out in the next generation field. So, and I've learned a lot about Next Generation 911. I've always understood 911. I got my ENP, my CMCP from Nina, plus various, a lot of other studies in legacy 911. But next generation 911 is crucial as we go forward, especially dealing with the hurricanes we deal with here in the Panhandle. But I appreciate everybody nominating me this award, and it's very special, dear to my heart. It's hanging on my wall right here, and I take it with a smile.
This year, we're celebrating the 15th anniversary of the PSAPs Finest Awards. It's also the first year we've added a Lifetime Achievement Award to recognize a professional who has dedicated a lifelong effort to public service in the interest of enhancing emergency communications. I'm very excited to announce this year's inaugural Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Daryl Branson, from the State 911 Program Manager of the Colorado Department of Regulatory Agencies. Dale was recognized for his lifelong contributions in his home state of Colorado. Congratulations, Daryl.
Hi, my name is Daryl Branson. I'm the State 911 Program Manager for the Colorado Public Utilities Commission. I have been in 911 for over 22 years. I started in 1998 as a 911 call taker and dispatcher in Springfield, Missouri. Held several positions since then, including a shift supervisor in Waukesha, Wisconsin. I ran a 911 call center in San Juan County, New Mexico. And I was with the Colorado 911 Resource Center for several years before coming to work for the Colorado Public Utilities Commission. Accomplishments that I'm proud of are accomplishments that we've made as a state, as a whole 911 community. This previous year, we were able to get legislation passed that actually created a state-level 911 funding source for the first time in the state of Colorado, and will go a long way towards helping to provide the funding that's necessary to professionalize the 911 call services in the state, as well as to bring 911 into the 21st century in terms of equipment and implementation of an emergency services IP network. I'm very humbled to win this award. Again, all of the accomplishments that we make in the state of Colorado are due to a lot of people putting a lot of effort in. I'm happy to have been part of those efforts. So I'm accepting this honor just as much on behalf of the state and all of the stakeholders that I work with as myself. I would like to thank Jennifer Kirkland, Kimberly Culp, Vicki Pickett. There are just so many people in Colorado that are essential to Colorado moving forward and the continuous progress that we make in terms of professionalizing 911. I could list names all day and I still wouldn't get them all. So everyone who has been part of this process and everyone who has helped advance 911 in Colorado, I thank you for this award, as well as congratulate you on this award, because this award is really.
We'd also like to recognize our 2020 PSAP of the Year, Weld County Regional Communications Center in Greeley, Colorado. Among other things, Weld County is recognized for its pursuit of an ambitious strategic plan process that has allowed it to align organizational goals directly to service, delivery, and financial priorities. This process results in a 3-year plan designed to improve the many aspects of 911 operations, including call processing, customer service, their employee satisfaction, training of employees, employee retention, operations, the infrastructure, their IT, the hardware, the software, and training and other business processes. More importantly, it has solidified the center's direction and tied all elements of service to a common vision for improved service delivery. This process solidified Weld's philosophy of being an employee-driven center with a very robust structure to support the pursuit of excellence. Congratulations to all of you at Weld County for PSAP's Finest Award of the Year.
My name is Tina Powell. I am the center manager at Weld County Regional Communications Center in Northern Colorado. I have been here for 10 years. 5 of those years have been in this position. I was hired as a dispatcher, moved into a supervisor role, moved into a technical role, our program manager. And then, like I said, 5 years ago, I was promoted to this job. Our agency dispatches for 40 law, fire, and EMS agencies combined. And we answer every 911 and administrative call in our county. Our county is about 4,000 square miles, and we care for approximately 320,000 citizens that reside here. Our staff is made up of 60 dispatchers and call takers. We have a quality assurance and a training team. We have a leadership team, which is comprised of supervisors and managers and other parts of the organization. And we have a wireless division also that manages our radio infrastructure. One of the proudest accomplishments for our center, I think, would have to be surviving 2020. Being a dispatcher is inherently difficult. And they maneuvered an international pandemic with grace and kindness, and I could not be more proud. They came to work every day with a new policy, a new procedure, a new sanitizing method. They did it with the utmost professionalism and the utmost care for each other. We are fortunate enough to have two centers. We have a main center, our prime site, and we have a backup center. So we were able to avoid any types of breakouts or anything like that because we switch centers every single shift just to keep everybody kind of separate, giving us time to clean and sanitize just to make sure we could keep everybody as safe as possible. Winning the Communication Center of the Year, it feels amazing. There are so many great things that happen in that room every day. Lives saved, babies delivered, people who are having terrible, terrible days, and we are there to help them. We are there to answer the call. And so winning this award from NICE really allows us to brag about them and share with the world what they do every single day and get them the recognition that I think that they need. So it feels really great to be able to just share them with everybody and make sure everybody knows what they do. I would like to say a lot of things. We have such an amazing team here. Our Weld County commissioners, they have an unwavering support for our team, and they make sure that we have the right tools and the right equipment and the right resources to take care of our responding agencies and our citizens. Our training and quality assurance division, they do thousands of hours of training every year, and they make sure that our staff is comfortable with the policies and the procedures and that they're able to maneuver some of the most difficult situations with an amazing ease. Our wireless division, we have our own radio system, and they support that and make sure that we can connect with our responders when they're having some difficult moments as well. Our call takers and dispatchers, I just can't say enough about them. They come to work every day knowing that they may encounter the worst moment of somebody's life, and sometimes we're the only ones there with them. And this award is really all about what they do in that room. Every single person who works here plays a very important role in the things that we do. You know, our job really is to answer the phone when we're called up and to make sure that they get the help that they so need.
This year's Innovator of the Year is Rich Foscato, Director of Information Technology for Bayside Communication Center in Bayside, Wisconsin. Rich's interest in public safety communications began in college when he was completing his master's degree in criminal justice and working as a fellow for the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office. Rich says he loves keeping up with direct involvement with existing and emerging technologies. He says, too often you take the higher roles in IT and you tend to lose contact with the skills needed to implement and maintain information technology. And that's why he really enjoys getting back into the trenches to experience the full life cycle of systems. He says that being recognized with the PSAPs Finest Awards is really a tribute to his great staff and leadership at the Bayside Communications Center, but also speaks more broadly to the great agencies in the North Shore that are not afraid to collaborate on initiatives like dispatch and information technology. Unfortunately, Rich was unable to join us today for this live event, but we would like to extend our sincerest congrats. Congrats, Rich. Great job. Keep up the great work. PSAPs Finest Line Supervisor of the Year, Brittany Pullen, who served as the 911 Center Day Shift Supervisor for the Bentonville, Arkansas Police Department. She's a leader, dedicated, positive role model. These are just some of the words used to describe describe her that center staff who nominated Brittany for this award used. In fact, 5 colleagues nominated Brittany for this year's award. Unfortunately, Brittany is not able to join us today, but we extend our sincerest congratulations nevertheless. Congratulations, Brittany. Great job. I'd like to thank all of our PSAPs Finest winners for sharing their great stories and achievements with us today, and extend, on behalf of all of us here at NICE and the entire 911 community, our sincere congratulations. As a reminder, nominations for the 2021 PSAPs Finest Awards will open soon. So if you want to submit a nomination, we highly encourage you to please follow the NICE LinkedIn page or other social channels for updates, or email us at psinfo@nice.com for more information. Thank you so much for joining us today, and have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.